Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and it plays some of the games immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this Big Red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Huskers will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Tompkins. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So LSU's offense will get the first crack at it here. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
The receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone, and that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, Blumer making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Feeling some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Quick strike complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Oh, the attempt is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. The misfire on the 49-yard field goal attempt sets him up with pretty good field position at the 32. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They'll leave it with him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Cornhuskers will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. It kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. When they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Gets it inside the 10. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And the point after is good. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start.
Looking deep down the right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He'll take another shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He leaves it with his back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away from the heat. Across the 25, he's got room. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Huskers moving quickly to the line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intention. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of meat.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He lofted high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try the run. Thrust that arm out. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabbed over the middle. It's Miranda.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. It'll be a draw. He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all. Last two runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. They're trying to get... Pulls it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. Getting some heat. A little screen to the running back. Running through contact. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much, the roughing the passer penalty. On the run, it's Dalton. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're bringing heat. They've got the screen set up. Nice move there. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down.
Because the running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Trying to show their strength with the run on fourth down. The Tigers get it past the sticks.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off are to go for it on that fourth down, and, of course, to go out and get it.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. He's looking to throw. Got it! Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him to
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And they finished the deal with the quarterback sneak. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out and back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. So let's see if they can make up for that loss on second down from the 18. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No fair catches here, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Now improvising. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number one, trying to get pressure on him, get him to the ground as a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that they tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He'll pull it on the read. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. He gets a block. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really...
Oh, look out, there he goes! He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
I love screen passes on offense, but you got to do them in different ways. To the running backs, you can do them to receivers, do them to tight ends. Didn't gain any yards on that one, but don't be afraid to dial that play up again later.
Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Quick release on the RPO. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gets it out fast. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He'll try the left side. And at least they keep him out of the end zone. He's on the 3.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up their running play, now setting up third and short.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
power football with the run. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. The Cornhuskers racing to the line in the hurry up. They'll try to run for it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They'll try to get it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Trying play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Keeps looking downfield. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Up-tempo for the offense.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get him in.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Husker!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. And the Tigers have enough for the first down.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
And when you're a defense, you want to string it out, right? You want to fill these gaps as fast as you can. And they did a really good job of taking away this, taking away that. All of a sudden, he gets to the sideline, runs out of space. There's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense doing their assignments.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. Surging forward on the sneak.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
The Cornhuskers want to move quickly. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to start.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
He finds his man. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Slips a tackle. He'll pull it down and run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
He doesn't need it in the middle. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open. Okay, I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
Coming out with it, it's Tompkins. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration. He hurls one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game. You
get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He's looking to throw. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, LSU.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
We'll get it started here in overtime. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
How about getting that big play on the ground here in OT? Great job up front by the offensive line. This has been a long, hard-fought, physical game, but these guys look like they could play for at least another couple of quarters.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Direct snap. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the seal.
They're going for the touchdown here on 4th and goal in overtime. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers! They take the lead here in overtime. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there. But it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here. We're bouncing around. We're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team.